put it on there. We'll see what we like. We'll do a vote. See who wins this morning.
All right, yeah. So everybody just listening. Smash is talking about what you posted up, Randall. Well, everybody gets to pick fucking Kirk's radio name. So we'll put that one to a vote. But I guess to get off on a fucking serious note to start off, the VA, and this is, let me pull this up so I'm not fucking reading anything wrong.
Rittman, Ohio.
Yep. The veterans arranged after Ohio Western Reserve National Cemetery removes battlefield cross marker. Came down from the VA that it was to be removed because it wasn't a significant soldiers memorial. They said it can't be any type of, like, you know how when you go out to the field, you set all your, you set your weapons up, you kind of cross them together and stuff like that. It can't be nothing like that. It has to be straight up the soldiers memorial. You can't have it at all. And I say fuck that because, yeah. You didn't bury him, so why should it matter what the tombstone looks like? So that means if you can't have, say 3 M4s crossed together, then that means that we can't have crosses, we can't have the Star of David, that we can't have plain white markers like we have everywhere else. I mean, well, Kurt, down there at Fort Sam, all them grave markers we got down there, there's crosses or Stars of David or something on them. I mean, who's to say?
Hey, they got pinnacles now.
Oh, they got pinnacles now?
Yeah, if you're a pagan, you can choose to have a pinnacle on your grave marker now, because we got that. Us pagans, we're little bitches. We got that done a long time ago.
Not a little bitch. Big redheaded one, but I don't know about no little. Got the Irish come out and be like, "Oh shit, hold up." I was actually talking to one of them. Go ahead. No, you go. It's the serious moment before we start the fuckery.
Oh, no, I was just going to throw out the positive note that I seen this morning, and the positive note that I seen this morning was that N22 got a really big, huge nod from NASCAR Heat 2, if I'm not mistaken, that's what it's called, in regards to their nonprofit, and they're actually in an official video game now.
Yep.
Really?
Congratulations to Smashley and the N22 on the back of a NASCAR on a video game. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
Right there. That's the cool shit.
Mike Harmon and Veterans Motorsports for the Xfinity Series actually has them on the ass end of one of the cars, and it's actually in the game trailer, which is pretty fucking badass.
Yeah. Yep. That is. So all you folks out there that plays video games and whatnot, NASCAR and shit, be watching out for that shit. Because actually NASCAR is starting to jump into this whole freaking veteran community thing and the whole kneeling shit, whatnot. Yeah. There's a reason why Operation I Got Your 6 number 2 is right beside the Speedway. Just saying. Can't let out all the secrets, but I'm just saying. But that's badass. That is badass for N22. N22 is doing a lot of fucking good work out there and stuff, and they deserve to have that recognition. They do. They really do. So, thanks to our brother Ghost, y'all can go to YouTube now, and Dangerous Grounds Network has our own YouTube page. So all the shows will be going over there after we're done broadcasting. Whenever they turn into the podcast, it will be going straight over to the YouTube channel, and then you can sit there and like actually look at what the music and shit that we fucking play and the comedy bits. So if you're like listening to the show, Ron C, you can actually go to the YouTube channel and and watch along with us now instead of just kind of sitting there, when we play certain bits and shit. So we appreciate Ghost making that and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. So, like, hint of a word of advice is if you're listening to the show, have the YouTube channel pulled up. And, you know, if we name off something, then you can kind of say, okay, well, they're playing music. We'll go to the music portion. Or if we're playing comedy, you can go to the comedy bit portion. If you want us on Operation I Got Your Six, you can go to that. I mean, it's just a different way of being able to kind of help y'all out. It's radio. You're not seeing this, but you know, why not be able to see what we're playing? So, just thought that'd be kind of cool. And, you know, thanks to Ghost, he made it happen. Made it happen, Captain. Hey, there you go.
Pretty fucking awesome.
That's your fucking name right there, is Captain.
You know what? No, I was a fucking NCO. My bad, homie.
Yeah.
Just popped up under me.
All right, we just call you fucking Sarge. We just call you Sarge then.
Don't be calling me no officer. I work for a living, dude.
Fuck, I did too. That's why I say don't call me fucking sir all the time.
Yeah, but I just got out, asshole. You gotta give me a minute.
Oh man, that shit that Rio just posted 5 minutes ago, that shit's pretty badass.
Yeah, the little teaser clip.
Yes. Oh man.
I knew about that. I knew about that a little bit ago. I knew about that.
I shit you not, it just popped up my news feed. I was like, wait a minute, am I seeing that right?
Yeah.
So I went over and checked it out. I was playing it just like a snippet of it, and from what I hear, that's nice.
Yeah, it's so they finally came up. We finally came up with a name. It's called Embers to Eden. So it's not Rio, Chelsea, and Heather anymore. It's actual Embers to Eden. Is what we're gonna put on the cover. So, so that's yeah. We'll be actually. I'm gonna go ahead and repost it because I've posted it quite a few times, but this is I got to see this video back when I was in Kentucky. I've seen the whole video though. That's just a clip of it. Gotta fucking tease people, man. You can't let everything out all the time. You know what I'm saying? Just saying.
That's not cool.
Just give them the silver tip up. That's all.
It's not cool. Well, I have a big announcement for everybody later today. I'm kidding. Oh, Crystal, if you're over here hearing me, we're fucking both nuts. So let's crack them. Let's fucking crack them motherfuckers for sure. All right, so we're gonna start off with something. Let's hear my future ex-wife and hear what she had to say with her final thoughts. Yeah, fuck, I love Tommy Lawrence. She's a beast.
Oh, I have some final thoughts for Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers, Eminem, and the rest of these arrogant celebrities who think they're too good for Trump supporters. You are grown men telling your fellow Americans to F off. Really? You're not just insulting and demeaning our president. You're insulting and demeaning the millions of Americans who voted for and support the President of the United States. You're waving the middle finger at the single mother in Kansas, the fourth-generation rancher in South Dakota, the legal immigrant in Arizona, the coal miner in West Virginia, the soldier fighting for your freedom overseas, the police officer protecting your community, and the millions of other great Americans who didn't vote the way you did. That's who you're flipping off. Classy. That's the less fatal flaw. They don't just attack Donald Trump, they attack, insult, and degrade their fellow Americans. And all for what? Because almost a year later, they're still bitter about the election? I get it. November 8th didn't go your way. Late night hosts, you thought you were significant enough and influential enough to get Hillary elected. That's why you made sure to interview Cardboard Clinton several times. Whatever, your choice. Maybe this election is just extra personal because you thought your jokes and attempts to make Hillary more relatable would work. Wrong. Because you see, while Hillary was parading her boring self on Jimmy Kimmel, Donald Trump was filling arenas in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Oops, I guess Hillary forgot to do that. And speaking of Michigan, Eminem, you're a proud Detroit native. You should be ecstatic that Donald Trump is trying to bring back jobs to a city and state destroyed by Democrats and their policies. Eminem, your self-righteous and almighty line in the sand is really something, given the fact you built a career on homophobic slurs, domestic violence glorification, and other filthy lyrics. Democrats, if you want to hold up an anti-Trump role model, maybe you should look into the real Slim Shady before you give a standing ovation for his F-Trump tirade. It's amazing how quickly your love of women, gays, peace, love, and tolerance is abandoned the second a celebrity puppets your anti-Trump narrative. And Jimmy Kimmel, you're not funny. Not anymore. But you are a joke. Are you really that ignorant you think conversing with Trump supporters is so far beneath you? Well, bud, I know for a fact you have Trump-supporting friends. They just won't admit it because you're such an intolerant and delicate snowflake, they don't want you to melt at their feet. Seth, Jimmy, Eminem, and the rest of you happily and willfully pushing Trump supporters away, be careful what you wish for. Don't forget, if they didn't have an audience, entertainers would just be bitter clowns. It's amazing how easily you brush off and ignore the entire middle of the country. Believe it or not, your entire viewing and listening audience isn't comprised of your liberal friends in New York and LA. We will happily turn off, log off, and shut off your noise. And then what? Keep it up, and you'll see the kind of Americans who help make you and how far you fall when you spit in our faces. You think you're playing us? Nah, you're playing yourself. Force us to choose between the fools of late night and rap music and the President of the United States. Go ahead. See what happens. Those are my final thoughts from LA. God bless and take care.
Well, I guess that fucking sums it up. Yeah, she's pretty fucking awesome. But you know what? It's fucking true. All these little snowflakes and these little clowns out here that want to run their fucking mouth, especially, like she said, all these Hollywood stars and stuff. It's like, you're fucking causing an issue of the way you fucking make your money. You want
to fucking real world either, dude. They're telling us to get rid of our guns, but they got security. Give me a fucking break, dude.
Right? Right? Oh, I can't have a gun, but you got fucking 5 bodyguards because you're a little bitch. Just saying. Just fucking saying. You know, it'll...
I mean, if I was surrounded by an armed guard, I wouldn't have no fucking gun either. I don't need it. I got a professional that has it. Well, you know, I am a professional, but somebody I pay, I ain't gonna do something I'm paying somebody to fucking do.
I was like, that's what fucking Danny's for, ain't it?
I'd still fucking carry. I'm sorry. Fuck that shit.
But I'm saying they're in their own fucking planet, and I even what was it? It was not Jimmy Kimmel. Was it? Yeah, it was Kimmel. Anyway, he did this big thing about when the LA or the Vegas situation happened, the shooting in Vegas.
Right.
And he did this big thing, and he was crying, and the whole 9 yards. He says it's terrible. We don't need weapons like this. Blah blah blah. And I wrote on there. I said, you know what? When Kimmel gives up his armed security, I'll give up my rights to my weapons. Because it ain't gonna happen.
Damn right. Damn right. You know, it was put in the fucking Constitution for a damn reason. You know, remember how this country was born? We had to fight a war against the British and whatnot. It was called the Revolutionary War. And not only was it for fighting, but they knew back then we needed to go hunting and stuff to supply fucking food for our families and clothes and blankets and shit like that. So, sorry, too good of a reason it trumps your ass.
Let's do something real quick. Let's remind people what the Second Amendment is. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Boom.
That's the amendment.
See, that's why I love it. That's why hey, I told y'all, don't mess with the SARS. She'll fucking come right up and she'll fucking and say something. Fact, boom, you're wrong.
Well, shit, that's the only way to fight these stupid fucks.
That's right.
You gotta have facts.
That's right. He won. Gotta have that magic bullet.
Right. Just everybody up. They all go, what am I gonna do now, dog? Can't say nothing because she's fucking right. the fact trumps my stupidity. Yes, it does.
Ghost is like, what the fuck just happened here?
No, I'm loving this shit.